This is Mac OS Ken.
Tales from Planet iPhone. ID in Apple Wallet goes live-ish. An iPhone may or may not start some more cars. It is Thursday, the 24th of March, 2022. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Notion. One workspace for your whole team. Learn more and get started for free at notion.so. This show is also sponsored by Upstart. Fair and fast personal loans. Is just keeping up with credit card payments keeping you down financially? Upstart can help you pay off your existing debt quickly and easily with a personal loan so you can start to get ahead. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 1 million people have used Upstart to get a simple, fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score. So rather than just your credit score, their model considers other factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your loan application to find a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate without impacting your credit score in just 5 minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000, and you can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/macOSKen. UPSTART, that's upstart.com/macOSKen. Don't forget to use my URL to let them know I sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/macOSKen. Premium smartphones grew at their highest level ever last year, and Apple sold most of them. That is according to the latest numbers from Counterpoint research. The firm counts premium smartphones as those with a wholesale average selling price of over $400. According to a Counterpoint press release on Wednesday, sales of such phones grew 24% in 2021 versus 2020, reaching their highest level so far. By the firm's reckoning, phones over $400 accounted for 27% of all smartphones sold worldwide in 2021. As for Apple's place in that, the release says Apple continued to lead the market, reaching the 60% sales share mark for the first time since 2017, driven by strong 5G upgrades for the iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 series. The delayed launch of Apple devices in 2020 also pushed demand to 2021. According to Counterpoint's count, no other phone maker is close to Apple in the premium space. Apple's 60% share of the premium smartphone market is followed by Samsung in second, with a much smaller 17% share. Every other smartphone maker is in single digits or smaller. In terms of connectivity, 5G has become the coin of the realm. That said, the firm says 4G continues to have share, driven by the older iPhones, 11 and SE 2020, and the Samsung S20 FE. Of course, iPhone SE just went 5G, as have more Samsung phones, so you can expect LTE offerings in the premium space to shrink in short order. When it comes to Apple's dominance of the premium smartphone space, one might well expect more of the same. Apple Insider has written up a note from JP Morgan analyst Samik Chatterjee. According to that note, iPhone 13 is crushing it. The piece has Chatterjee indicating that sales of the 13 line remain elevated compared to prior lineups despite supply constraints. According to the piece, Chatterjee writes that incremental data points support the investment bank's positive outlook for iPhone 13 demand in 2022. In fact, Chatterjee predicts record 2022 volumes on the iPhone 13 cycle, which has eclipsed iPhone 12. That said, carrier checks show a bit of a slowdown in iPhone sales. That's due partly to the launch of Samsung Galaxy S22 and partly other Android phone makers working through their supply chain issues. When I say a bit of a slowdown, though, I do mean a bit. The piece has Chatterjee indicating that shares of Apple's iPhone moderated to below 70% at Verizon and T-Mobile stores. Sure, Apple would rather see 70 or above, but they're not below 50. They're not below 60. They're not doing bad. According to the analyst, Apple's share remains above historical levels compared to typical seasonal share, and Wave 7 Research believes that data supports a structurally higher market share versus past share. Plus, they've got a whole new phone. Not sure you've heard. Quoting the analyst again, with the recent launch of iPhone SE 3, we expect older models to continue their decline in popularity, as the 5G-enabled SE 3 now presents an affordable 5G phone for the installed base of older phones. Chatterjee has a positive rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares is $210. While JP Morgan's Chatterjee was focused on the States in his Wednesday note, Wedbush analyst Daniel Ives was going global and coming back just as enthused. Apple 3.0 ran part of the note he wrote, quoting part of that part. Based on our recent supply chain checks in Asia, we believe Apple is seeing stellar iPhone 13 demand globally on this elongated product cycle, which is the drum roll to iPhone 14 this fall. Really? Already? We're going to do this already? His note goes on to say supply chain shortages continue to be an issue for Cupertino. However, we are seeing some discernible improvements into the June quarter, which bodes well for the upcoming iPhone 14 release. Already? While he has been awake since the first of the year, he thinks the flight from tech has been a bit much. Quoting his note again, we believe the tech sector is as oversold as we have seen in the last 5 years, and we would strongly be buying cloud, software, cybersecurity, chips, and stalwart tech names led by FANG. It's Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google, with Apple our clear favorite. Apple is his favorite 5G play, according to the note. Additionally, he and his believe the company is setting up for a monster growth cycle over the next 12 to 18 months that is not baked into shares at current levels. Ives has an outperform rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares is $200. News of an interesting Apple acquisition that may mean a new home for Apple Card. Mac Rumors says the Cupertino company has purchased the UK banking startup Kudos. According to the report, Kudos offers insights and scores based on loan applications drawn from transaction and loan outcome banking data sourced by the UK's Open Banking Framework. The company's website says its API offers lenders a way to get faster, automated decision-making about loans with reduced risk and higher rates of acceptance. We know Apple bought it because the terms of service on the Kudos website now redirect to Apple's terms of use. As for Apple's plan for Kudos, no one outside of the companies knows for sure. But a number of sites, including Mac Rumors, think it is plausible that the Kudos technology could aid Apple with the launch of Apple Card in the UK. Not the only idea bandied about, but plausible. More news in a moment, but first a word from Notion, one workspace for your whole team. How many good jobs are undone by poor communication? I know it's happened to me. One person says one thing, somebody else says something else. No one has a clear idea of where we're headed. A friend just quit her job recently. 5 other people gave their notice the same week. Wasn't coordinated, it was just a bunch of people tired of one person saying one thing, somebody else saying something else, and nobody having a clear idea where they were headed. I can't guarantee that Notion would have stopped that, but it might have helped. Notion lets you organize your company's information and manage projects all in one place, putting everything on the same page. One person says one thing, it ends up in Notion. Another says another, it ends up in Notion. And everybody has a clear idea where they're headed. With hundreds of integrated apps, including Google and Slack, the tools you are already using are probably already ready for Notion. You're not reinventing the wheel, you're just making it run smoothly and work better for you. Learn more and get started for free at notion.so. You can check it out on your own and invite as many folks as you want to see how it works. Take the first step toward an organized, happy team today, again, at notion.so. Ready or not, official IDs in Apple Wallet have gone live in their first state. A piece from Engadget says Arizona residents can add their driver's license or state ID to Wallet on their iPhone or Apple Watch. And they can use it almost nowhere. They're currently being accepted at certain TSA checkpoints at the Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix, according to the report. I will say the whole thing sounds as easy as 128. According to the report, in Wallet on your iPhone, you can add a driver's license or state ID by scanning the card, taking a selfie, and making head movements to prove the identification is yours. When it's time to present your info at the TSA, you'll provide consent through Face ID or Touch ID. The TSA will also take your photo to verify cards. Or you could show them your ID. Actually, Apple does say this will be safer. Engadget says Apple maintains that cards and Wallet can be more secure than their real-world counterparts. You only share necessary information, and you don't need to show your device to an official. All driver's license and state ID data is sent over an encrypted connection, according to the piece, and the requirement for biometric authentication should prevent others from viewing your sensitive details. If I sound suspicious, forgive me. I'm not distrustful of the technology. I can't help wondering, though, what happens the first time an officer of the law says, something's wrong. Let me see your phone. From boarding a few planes to starting a few cars, Apple hardware is hitting the road in a bigger way. Mac Rumors says the company's digital car key feature, which lets users unlock and start cars using an iPhone or Apple Watch, may have gone live for some Hyundai brands. Apple's website indicates that it has for select 2022 models of Genesis and Kia, both of which are divisions of the South Korean car maker Hyundai. Now, for once, it looks like Apple let the cat out of the bag ahead of its partner. Mac Rumor says Apple updated a list of vehicles on its website this week to indicate that the 2022 Genesis GV60, Genesis G90, and 2022 Kia Niro now support the iPhone's car key feature. This seems to have been news to the House of Niro. Mac Rumor says a spokesperson for Kia said the company will have more information about digital key availability in the coming weeks, while Genesis and Apple did not immediately respond to requests for comment. And finally today, Ford has poached an Apple employee, though not one who worked on cars. Apple Insider highlights a report from the Detroit Free Press that says Jennifer Waldo is joining Ford as part of the car maker's restructuring. At Apple, Waldo was vice president, people business partners. In fact, her LinkedIn page says she still is. But she's either not or she won't be soon. She is headed to Ford to take the company's top human resources role. Speaking of Waldo to the Detroit Free Press, Ford CEO Jim Farley said, Jen has incredible experience and a track record of helping companies across different industries build talent and culture to support innovation and growth. She will be an invaluable addition as we build a diverse, high-performance team to deliver the Ford Plus plan. Waldo is not the only talent to leave Apple for the automaker. Last September, Apple Insider ran a piece about Doug Field making the move to Michigan. He's thought to have been working on Apple Car. He is now an advanced technology officer with Ford. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Upstart. Fair and fast personal loans. Learn more and check your rate at upstart.com/macOSCan. This show is also sponsored by Notion, one workspace for your whole team. Learn more and get started for free at notion.so. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. info@macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.